My name is Betty Ann Braun, and I am the Artistic Director of the Pacific Mennonite Children's Choir. This choir was founded in 1978 by Nancy Dick, and her vision was based on the prayer that's commonly attributed to St. Francis of Assisi, "Make me an instrument of your peace." Nancy's goal was to be an instrument of God's peace to these singers and to the listeners, and she wanted to share hope, joy, good news with her singers. PMCC has such a rich and varied history. They have traveled all over the world. They've been to Austria, England, Italy. They've sung with the Vancouver Chamber Choir. They sang at Expo 86. That's just what they've done around the world, but they've also been a huge presence here in the Fraser Valley. It's reached so far into the community and has had such a long-standing impact.
I got involved with the choir about 8 years ago, and my mom's friend was talking about how her daughters were involved in a choir called PMCC. And we came that year with them, and we stayed for quite a long time.
I came into choir as an 8-year-old who knew a little bit of piano but did not really understand, how music can come together as a group.
I expressed interest one year to my parents, and I said, I want to learn how to sing. And they immediately said, well, there's a children's choir you can sign up for.
A lot of my family was also in the choir with me, so it was more about spending time with the people that I knew and doing something together that we really enjoyed.
I started off at least very shy and not very confident, but I loved getting to know so many new people, even people who weren't my age, and becoming friends with some of them, becoming more like an older sister for others. It was really awesome to just make those relationships.
How cool is it that at such a young age you are capable, with direction, of creating something so beautiful, being part of something so lovely that people want to come and hear it. They want to be moved by that.
Music literacy is such an important part of PMCC. What we're doing in these 30-minute literacy classes every week is we are teaching our singers to take ownership of the music themselves.
To be able to sight read and just look at a piece of music and be able to sing it all together, that was something that challenged me a lot at first, especially when I was one of the younger choir members.
Having that foundation ability to look at notes and be able to find where that note is.
My goal for the choir is to hand my singers a piece of music and they sing it. I love it when my singers tell me that they're better sight singers now than they were 2 years ago, 1 year ago. It makes my job so worth it.
Now it's so easy. I can just look at a sheet of music and be able to sing it right there.
I love to see my singers grow in leadership abilities. At choir camp every year, some of the older singers will be team leaders. The ways that they can grow in confidence, having a safe place, these skills that they're learning will last them forever. It's going to impact the rest of their life.
I learned so young that the act of singing is such a beautiful way to express the gospel. It can move you in a way that just speaking and reading can't.
We would have those special moments at the end of a song where you're completely in unison and you just know that you're part of something bigger than just you.
And it's awesome to sing songs that praise God and that we all know it has like this underlying meaning, and it's all for Him.
The directors made sure we knew and understood what we were singing about and then played that into how we sing it.
So the words of these songs became so integral to what I was learning in life at the same time.
That whole aspect of like what Christ has done for us and that we can sing about that was really special.
It was something that was growing me as a person, and I'm so thankful for having that instilled deep in my heart as a young child.
It's powerful for people to come and hear children singing praise and hear children worship.
It's a way that can reach people that aren't reachable in other ways.
Movement is such an important part of singing. Singing is not just with your lungs, but it's a whole body experience. That's why choreography has always been a part of PMCC's history and why it's still a part of PMCC today.
We did a lot of movement like choreography, the sign language, and it made our concerts pretty cool.
And there's something so dynamic and engaging about seeing children move with their whole body, about seeing them embrace the physicality of singing.
I'll always cherish PMCC for making me someone who's more confident, just looking at where I've come from, being super shy and not knowing too much about music, and now not only growing in my musical capabilities, but also just being relational, making friends, and being part of a community. I think I'm so much more confident in that, and I definitely would attribute that to being a part of PMCC.
What I will always cherish about being involved in PMCC is unity. The feeling when you finish a piece or you finish a concert, it's just a really good feeling to know that you all worked at it and you all got there.
You're creating something beautiful together. You aren't alone. It's a community. It's fun. As a mother and as a Christian, I want my children to be able to participate in worshiping God in a meaningful way with their whole bodies. And I think that PMCC is one of the best ways that you can teach your child. And I love that I learned it that way. I loved that I still have this with me today. And I am totally going to put my kids in PMCC when they are old enough.
It is such a privilege to be able to have my own 2 daughters now part of PMCC. And they are absolutely loving this experience. It's life-changing. I just think that Nancy Dick should be very proud to be able to see what has continued on from her original vision, and to know that there have been so many people that have been touched by this choir.
Nancy's message of peace is one that never gets old. It was true in '78, and it's true today. And that's why our singers are still singing that message. And that's why my hope is that these singers at PMCC will take God's message of love and peace and good news with them out into their communities, whatever they do, wherever they go from here on.